Well, good afternoon everyone. We're here with Steve Ringer at Barston Lakes and just about to punch out a hybrid. And he's got something new to show us. What are we doing, Steve?
Doing a nice little feature, downsizing everything for winter basically.
Yep.
And we've got the new Ringers mini wafters.
So, what size are they?
Well, he's classing them as a mini, but if you compare, let's have a look. If you compare the two, that's the 6mm, the yellow,
Yeah.
and that's the new mini in the orange. So he's calling them a 4mm. You know, I mean, I'd say they're a big 4mm, but equally the 6 is a big 6. But it's a totally new size, and I think it's going to be really successful on a lot of venues. I don't think there's many venues, obviously unless they don't allow wafters, that you couldn't catch fish on them.
I mean, absolutely look bang on for F1s.
Yeah, the idea is a lot of it, people are going to be fishing feeder for F1s this winter. Brilliant for that, but equally, as I'm proving today, you can put two on,
Yeah.
and you still catch big carp. Although I've had some decent carp on a single one, but two's something totally different to what they used to see in as well.
It's a lovely little presentation how it just pops up in it. Just sits there.
It's a really light hook bait, and like everyone fishes a single wafter. No one's been fishing a two up until now.
So let's just have a little look through what you've got here. So bait wise,
got some micro pellets, a mix of Ringers Method Micros, and the Dynamite Sweet Fish Meal.
Is that 50-50, is it? Or?
No, it's half a pint of the Dynamite to a pint of the Ringers. You know, the Dynamite, very strong, sweet flavour. The colour of the pellet's pretty, as you can see, they've gone nice and yellow as well, but really, really sweet. I mean, I think carp and F1s love them. Then we're just fishing much.
Any liquid on them?
A little bit of the pellet soap, just to give them a boost.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly like we're at Barston today, and I always think the fish here, I've seen a lot of flavours, a lot of boilies, and they're quite tuned into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to give them a sort of boost of flavour.
Definitely. I mean, it's noticeable if you walk along the bank today. As soon as I got to you can smell your bait from a few pegs away. So
yeah, obviously I think the
lovely.
water's gone quite clear as well. So yellow pellets, nice and visual, but equally you've got a smell. So you've got the best of both worlds.
So how do you go about soaking them?
Literally put them in a bait strainer, dump them in a 3-pint tub.
I'll tell you what I've got. Some I prepared earlier. So obviously you put them in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll put them in the tub. Awesome. I'll mix them together first, put them in the tub, dunk them in cold water for 45 seconds, lift them out. What I'll normally do then is, rather than just leave them in that, because if you leave them in that, I tend to find the ones at the bottom get crushed and they turn into like a paste. I'll basically empty half of them out, leave them in the bait tub, half in there, and then literally I'll do that before I leave in the morning, and when I get to my peg they're about perfect. And if they're not, I always have a little tub of water by the side of me, and I'll just keep flicking a little bit of water in it just to keep them nice and damp. Oh, I think I've got a bit of a drop back.
Got an inquiry? Might have been a liner.
Yeah,
Carolina.
I think it's moved the feeder. Let's have it. I think it might have been a liner actually.
Well, that's a good time to have a look at the moulding process anyway.
Yeah.
So obviously what tackle are you using? Just the hardware. Let's just have a quick while you're reeling in.
11-foot SLR, Castism 25 QDA, which seems like a big reel, but it's a powerful rod.
Yeah, matches up nice. doesn't it?
Yeah, mainline 6-pound Guru Pulse, and then a 12-pound shot leader. Little hybrid feeder, actually a new one for the range, a 30 gram in the small, but 30 grams, so I can chuck it a long way, but with a very small feeder.
Plops in lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have to put the long stem in, so I can chuck it nice and easy. It just gives it a bit more stability through the flight. Then I've got 019 N gauge, 4-inch, size 10, size 10 QM, and then double wafter. I mean, I will say you don't need a size 10 to sink them two wafters.
Let's just have a look at him in the water, see what he looks like.
You can just see them sitting up. They're really, really light hook bait. So if a fish even so much as goes near it,
It's going to waft up.
yeah.
Right, so how are you moulding your hybrid?
Moulding the feeder. There's a plane coming again. Always put the first layer on pretty hard.
Just fill in the bowl sort of thing.
Yeah, lay the two on top. A bit more just to cover it.
So not loads of bait.
No, literally the water's freezing. We had a massive frost this morning. Fish aren't going to want lots of bait. I'm chucking about. I'm not trying to build a swim. I'm trying to find some fish, catch a few, and then keep on the move.
So it's noticeable your hook bait's on show.
I like it on show. I think it gives you more chance of a quick bite.
Yeah. I'm just plopping him out.
And it's nice and visual as soon as it lands. But equally, these pellets,
Loves it right in the middle of the shot.
they do go in really nice little feeders. Well, I think I don't want to be crashing a massive feeder in when the water's clear, it's really cold, the fish aren't feeding. A little tiny feeder goes in nice and quiet. Obviously make sure you feather it, but I will keep on the move, so I'm not looking to like chuck there all day. Hopefully catch a few, then move, catch a few, then move. Just try and stay in touch with the fish.
Nice, nice. And I notice there's a few little different sizes of feeders you've got there as well.
Yeah, obviously you got 24 gram. I started, obviously we've been fishing a few hours now, so I started a bit short with 24, then I've upped it to 30. Got them little beauties as well. Little tiny hybrid feeder.
You can see them doing the damage on
Yeah.
real cold days.
Cast a long way. If you were trying to, you know, I mean, at the end of a match and I was trying to scratch a bite out of this swim, that'd be the perfect feeder to do it.
Just take a little thumbnail of bait.
Yeah, a little thumbnail of bait, chuck it to the sort of the boundary of my pegs, I'm in new water, and just try and nick a fish last chuck.
We've got a train now. I hope we get one.
It'd be nice to get one.
So obviously, you've approached this session. Let's just get behind it a sec. Obviously, this is peg 54 at Barston.
54, yeah.
As you can see, there's a lot of water to go at, isn't there? So where have you started today in relation to your sitting position?
I've started at like 40 metres. I've started off.
Bang in front of you.
Yeah, there's two anglers. I'd have said they're slightly to the left of the peg. And then there's that single tree. I've started off sort of in a line with that at 40 metres.
Yeah.
And then basically worked my way out and to the sides.
So you started there.
To be fair, I didn't catch a fish until I got to 50. But then once I caught at 50 and when it went quiet, rather than like then just automatically going further, I've gone left, gone right, just constantly looking for new water.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
trying to find the fish rather than waiting for them to come to you.
Yeah, obviously a lot of people will say, oh, you sat on your own. It's a massive advantage.
Not in the winter.
But this time of year, it's the biggest disadvantage going because there's too much water to my left and my right for those fish to back off into. So I'm having to be sort of as quiet as I can. That's why I'm using the little tiny feeders. Make every chuck count. I can't afford to like go bosh because the fish are just going to go like that.
It's noticeable you didn't chuck out at the start or anything like that. Your first cast was your first fishing cast, wasn't it?
Yeah, first cast was my first cast, and then I've literally just worked my way out. Been patient. Obviously, I haven't reset that watch this time, but fishing with a stopwatch. And like for the first sort of 2 hours, bite time was 11 to 12 minutes. I mean, what I will say is, you can't afford to be. The more you cast at this time of year, particularly on a venue like this, the less you will catch. So it's important to make every cast count, make sure it's in the right position, and then be patient.
So I noticed there's a few other essentials on your side tray. Flask.
What? Caramel latte.
Caramel latte. Flask. I've seen some biscuits there as well.
Got some cookies. Look, I haven't even had time to open them beauties.
But obviously, all joking aside, it is important to give yourself something to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's important to be comfortable and be warm.
Because waiting times can be long, can't they?
Yeah, I've sat around the corner today, so the wind's been off me and it's been quite nice. But this morning, it was proper freezing. But I think it's important to be comfortable. Like you'll notice as well, I don't have the rod on my knee. You know what I mean? It's not busy enough fishing for that. Use a butt rest, keep it nice and stable. And then also I'm freed up to eat my cookies or make my drinks.
Dip your hobnob.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The other thing I don't do this time of year, a lot of people do it. I don't have like lots of feeders on the go. I might have another feeder or two feeders baited, but I always mould them just before I chuck out. The reason being, they break down a lot quicker if you freshly mould them. So if I moulded like 4 feeders and dropped them in there, and then picked them up, clipped them on, you're almost looking at twice the breakdown time in that water temperature. Whereas if I like pick a feeder up, mould it, chuck it, it breaks down so much faster, which means I'm fishing quicker.
Yeah.
And you can still, although it hasn't really been the case today, you can still get quick bites at this time of year.
I think it's important, like you say, just because you're only having a few casts, every cast got to be perfect, hasn't it? So spending a little bit of time moulding your feeder up when you reel in, it's not exactly, it's time well spent, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's got to be perfect. The one thing I will say, which sort of contradict, if you do, every cast does need to count, but if you have a chuck and it fills you with a little bit of doubt, as in, has it gone in right, did I knock the pellets off, rather than waste 15 minutes, just have it back and chuck it again.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to leave it 15, 20, 25, or even 30 minutes like we do at Boddington in the winter, you've got to know it's fishing effectively. You know, I mean, it's not a situation whereby you can chuck it and think, well, I'm not that happy with that. I think the pellets might, but I'll leave it, because that's a massive chunk of your match taken out. So try and make every chuck count, but if you're not happy with a chuck, just reel it back and chuck it again. It's not ideal, but it's better to fish effectively
And be confident.
than sit there for 15 minutes wondering whether you knock your pellets off or is the feeder not sitting right and you're not fishing properly.
Likewise, obviously, winter, people think about scaling down tackle. You don't even consider that, do you?
No, I don't personally believe. I think the only way fish can work out that there's something wrong is by the time they've sucked it in. You know what I mean? And I think carp in particular aren't hook or line shy. I mean, everyone says to me, oh, size 10 QM1's a massive hook. And it is a big hook by match standards, but even a 4-pound carp has a huge mouth, and a size 10's lost in that mouth. Personally, I feel I hook more fish fishing a big hook. I think heavier line's a bit stiffer, it makes it harder for them to deal with. And I haven't been anywhere yet where I've been fishing like a hybrid or even a method, whereby someone's fished lighter at the next peg and have more bites. I just don't personally believe it makes a difference.
That's good enough for me. If it's good enough for you.
Yeah, the other thing I think is in here it could be a pound skimmer or a 20-pound common. You've got to be able to land everything you hook as well. Yeah. You know, I mean, this time of year you're only fishing for maybe 10, 12 bites. No good getting 12 bites and get maybe 2 of them coming off because you were fishing too light or too small a hook. So I'd rather get the 10 bites and get every single fish out fishing a proper hook.
So just as a quick recap, so you've got your pellets there, nice and smelly, nice and bright. Got your different wafters, particularly the new mini ones.
Yeah, them little ones I think are going to catch
Let's have a little look.
an awful lot of fish this winter.
Yeah.
Either fish singly for like F1s and skimmers, or if you want to fish 2. I think 2 is going to be a massive edge, purely for the fact it's something totally different. You know, I mean, everyone's fishing wafters now.
So visual, isn't it?
But not many people have. Up until now, it's been difficult to fish 2, you know, mainly because of the buoyancy of them. But with these little beauties, I can fish 2 on a size 10, and skimmers will still pick them up. But as today's proved, carp will too.
So yeah, so we're using a mix of these 2 pellets. We've got the wafters, we've got big hooks, casting in quiet water. Some great tips there that should help you catch a few more fish. Let's just hope this gets towed round in a minute. Well, just after we finished filming, the tip went round, sod's law. What we got, Steve? Reckon a carp?
I think maybe an F1.
Right.
But I'm not. Definitely not a skimmer.
Get the 11-footer. It's lovely, that, isn't it?
Yeah, for all those that say obviously the 11-foot is too powerful, you can see by the bend there. That's definitely not the case. That's with a 2-ounce tip in it as well. F1, yeah, it's a big fat.
Great big F1.
Big fat Barston F1.
Let's have a little look.
So I don't want to knock this gentleman out.
Right. Go on, just swing him over my head. If you hit me, it's not the end of the world.
It's got a proper.
What we got?
Just ping that hook out if I can. That's
I'm going to hold him up for us.
proper
Proof in the pudding.
boily belly, I think
Look
we
at
should
him.
say.
Breeze block.
Probably, don't know, I bet he's £5.
Yeah, I bet he is.
That's why the F1s are so good here at Barston, because you can build a weight of them really fast.
But yeah, there's proof in the pudding that the double works.
Drop him in.
And we'll see you next time.